Hello, welcome to my review slash buyer's guide for my Canon Pro 1100 printer. I'm not going to really do like a setup or unboxing, obviously, or I'm not going to just read through the specs. This is more of a buyer's guide review to help people that have questions that maybe they couldn't find answers on the internet or YouTube, questions that I know that I had that I couldn't find, and some of my frustrations actually with some of these videos that were out there that I couldn't get answers on. Some big concerns that I had, some small concerns. Two of the concerns that I had, the two concerns that I had, the large ones were ink levels. How much ink does this thing utilize? How much does it consume? It was hard. It was difficult to get an answer on that. In all fairness, it is a difficult question because there's so many different variables. There's different papers. You're printing in black and white, color. There's different sizes. There's a lot to it. But I was just looking for like a ballpark. I knew the retail price. I knew what I was getting into. I think it was $1,300 or $1,400. So I was able to get over that. Save up, get over it. I knew how much it was going to cost. I knew how much I was getting into. What I didn't know what I was getting into was how much the ink was going to cost. The ink, from what I was researching and trying to educate myself before I made this purchase, just everybody made it sound like it uses a lot more ink than it really does, than I was led to believe. It does use ink, but for instance, one thing that I heard a couple times was it uses a lot of ink for maintenance, which I haven't found to be true yet. I've went away on travel for a couple weeks, come back in and fire it up, and I'll take a screenshot of the before and after ink levels, and I can't tell the difference. It will agitate the ink for a few minutes before you could use it, but as far as maintenance, I really can't tell the difference. It doesn't seem like it uses that much, if anything. Printing wise, I thought when I first bought it, it does drop your ink levels when you start it up and it starts running through all the tubes and stuff. I thought so your ink levels definitely drop. I thought maybe I was going to be able to do a couple landscape photos and that was going to be it. No, that's not the case. I got about my first round. I got about 200 photos. Before I had to change any ink cartridges, I printed a lot of 4x6s, 5x7s, 8x10s, and then in a few 13x19 and a few 17x22, I think it's the other size. So I was able to bust out two, as my first project, was two photo books full of photos, and I was able to give those away as gifts, which, on a side note, the feedback and the impact on those, I didn't realize they something from the heart. People definitely appreciate a photo album as a gift. That I was kind of shocked and surprised the reaction I got. A lot of tears of joy. The feedback was the best gift ever. So I would definitely highly recommend giving those if you got the time. Do it. I gave myself a couple weeks on each book. You're gonna give yourself a lot more time. So especially if you're not experienced, I would say like 2 months before that. If it's an anniversary or birthday or something like that, where you have a hard date, you're gonna need like 2 months before that, because it just takes a lot of time to lay out, and the sizes, and especially if a lot of them are mobile phone, you're probably going to want to edit a lot of them. So I would just give yourself a lot of time on those. Where was I? So I was able to do my first round. I was able to fill up 2 large photo albums, plus I have a bunch more that I have laying around that I need to figure out what to do. And then I gave some away as, gifts and just presents and stuff like that. But some of the smaller things were the size. It is large, it is heavy, but the size, the dimensions are on the Canon web page. So all you have to do is measure out your space. I think anybody that's going to spend $1,400 on a printer is most likely going to look at that and take that into consideration. The other thing is loud and noisy. I have smaller document printers that are way more that are louder. In fact, my dog, when I fire up the small cheap printers, they'll go and run. It scares them. If I fire up the Canon Pro, they don't even budge. So it's not that noisy. So it's just a few things that I learned. And you could be a complete beginner. You don't need to be professional. It obviously is a professional printer. You're gonna get fine art for a gallery. You could do that completely, totally. Then also right out of the box after you set up, you could be a beginner and go that route too, and then build up from there and learn, and not ruin a bunch of paper and not consume a bunch of ink. You're gonna have good quality photos. I didn't have another one that I kept hearing was kind of a buzzword, was just dark photos. I didn't experience that at all. All the photos that I had, pretty much what was reflected on the screen, whether it was iPhone screen or my laptop, was exactly what I got and printed. I wasn't really understanding the dark prints, why you would get dark prints. I know you want to calibrate your screen, and I get that if you're high level, but far as just photo albums or even for your house or home or gifts and stuff like that, I couldn't find why to calibrate your screen. Yeah, so that was everything. That it was just those 2 big items that you don't have to be professional. You could print this at a beginner level, and then ink, it doesn't take as much ink as it's led to believe. In fact, that maybe I'll do another video of how many photos I printed out. I could get that breakdown by size. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and I can answer as much as I can. Thank you for watching my video.